from the Capitol Grill, Las Vegas, Nevada. Scott's recommendation. You're watching Living in Las Vegas on the Vegas Video Network.
Those guys are going to love me in Las Vegas. Starts now.
You recommend takeout? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we have. I mean, that was leftovers.
Oh, okay. No, the receipt was stapled to it.
Gentlemen, boys and girls,
takeout.
Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. That groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. The Living in Las Vegas podcast. Here we go. It was a doggy bag. And now your host, a man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was.
Sing it, brother Scotty.
Mr. Scott Whitney. Welcome, everybody, to the Living in Las Vegas podcast here on the Vegas Video Network. Now listen to that crowd. That crowd sounds especially live to me, especially human. Why? Because some bum came off the street. He's got nice shorts on. That's my good friend Nick. Nick is helping me with the live stream Las Vegas. Say hi to Nick. Hi, Nick. There you go. That's fine. And by the way, I want to congratulate Nick and everybody who's watching or listening, because they are watching or listening to the longest running podcast about Las Vegas that actually originates from Vegas, which means that we're not only going to talk about what it's like to live here. Oh no, more things, adventures, like what it's like to be hanging out at the Fremont Street or downtown, maybe the Strip, other cool places here in the Valley. And by the way, if you're a fan of Vegas, maybe you're a tourist, wait a minute, you might even be thinking about moving to Vegas. Ooh. Well, then this show is like your own secret handshake to all things cool and groovy. This show, our free show, is live the first and third Tuesday of every month at 7 o'clock Pacific Time p.m. at vegasvideonetwork.com/live. Again, vegasvideonetwork.com/live. As my good friend Christina Aguilera will say to you, come on over. Come on over, baby. Have some fun. Be a part of the fun. Be a part of the show. Get yourself in the live chat. Some of the nicest people you'll ever want to meet. As a matter of fact, they're from all over the place.
Well, it's nice to hear my dulcet tones now. I guess this is where I come in. Hey, how about they're from places like, I don't know, maybe Las Vegas?
Fantastic.
Henderson?
Terrific.
I live there.
Well, magical.
I do bring some magic air to it. California, Washington, Arizona, Illinois, or Illinois if you're of a certain...
If you like the red wines.
Correct. Florida, Oregon, and Canada times 2.
Lots of Canada people.
2. That's the exchange rate, though, to be fair.
That's funny right there. That's very well done. Hey, by the way, I'm your host, Scott Whitney. Konnichiwa, buenas noches. How you doing, hot stuff? I am the owner of the Vegas Video Network. So on behalf of all the shows, thank you very much for supporting everybody. And on behalf of this show, you're the best in the whole world. By the way, I'm not doing by myself. No. Let me introduce you the man who must have just recently bought a Kevlar vest, given his interest in the Raiders. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pimpin' Wayne, everybody.
Thank you. Hola to my fellow Hispanic Raider friends.
Wait, no racist jokes here. I got a couple. Not going to do them.
Well, we're drinking Dos Equis.
Muy bueno.
Si.
Cheers, mi amigo.
Cheers.
Okay. Hey, guess what? Over under?
42.
Attaboy. New in the live chat, we have quite a wave of new people hanging out here. Pretty excited about that.
I'm like the Pied Piper of chat room. I mean, people here, I'm here. I do a little, Wayne's going to talk about the Raiders, and it's that silent music to their ears. And everybody just, they want a piece.
They want a piece of Wayne.
My voicemail has just been filling up the last 13 days. Hannah's Facebook, because it couldn't contain me. Sure. I hit that limit, I guess, for public figure. It's like
5,000.
Yeah, 2 million or something. So Zuckerberg called me and said, Wayne, I need you to get off the Facebook. You're bringing the bandwidth down.
Did you call him? Do you call him Mark or call him Z?
Zuckerberg.
You call him by his last name?
Yeah.
I call him Z.
Well,
what's up, Z?
I like to keep the power dynamic there.
That's fair enough. Anyways, new in the live chat. First, we have Vegasdreamin. His real name is Brian/Danny. Arguably, it's a couple.
Oh.
They're saving bandwidth. 2 people, 1 internet connection.
I thought maybe it was just a split personalities.
Could be a Sybil thing, too. Well, let's go either way. So, Brian and Danny, they discovered us on the Roku. Oh, I like the Roku. Fantastic. They live in Chicago, and they've been watching since fall of last year. Next up, we have in the live chat, Barb from Oklahoma. Her name is?
Well, first off, she's not Barb from Oklahoma.
Oakland. Rounding error.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, they're practically right next to each other.
Just checking if the people were paying attention. Fantastic. Barb from Oakland. Her name is?
I think it's Barb.
She's from?
Oklahoma, apparently.
Sometimes these
farm
names,
country.
These denomies, could be a bit more creative. I'm just saying, it'd be kind of cool. Anyway,
right, says the guy who's S. Whitney.
Hey, don't push me. I'm under a lot of pressure right now. She found us on YouTube a couple weeks ago, and they said it wouldn't last. Next up, we have VIPDonny. We couldn't get VIPDonny to tell us what his insights, but then you know what? We did a little research.
Well, he told us a couple things, right?
Here's
what he told us. He told us he's from Miami, and he's looking to move to Summerlin.
Oh, okay.
So what that tells me, and I'm not stereotyping here by any means.
No,
I'm just telling it like it is. He lives in Miami. He can afford to move to Summerlin. I'm just going to assume he peddles cocaine.
There it is, and I think it's right. So let's go ahead and go with that. We're going to say peddles cocaine for $200, Alex. This live chatter is making a lot of money and moving to Summerlin Sue.
Who is VIPDonny?
That's right. Congratulations. Very good. And then our 4th new person in the live chat is Condor954, who is Paul, who lives in MPLS. Which
Sorry, you'll catch on.
You guessed was Minneapolis. And that was correct.
Of course it was.
He's been watching us for 1 year, and he discovered us by accident. Very much like how I was born. Also want to thank Travis C., Mr. Live 80, for his introduction. And fantastic. And by the way, that was leftovers. It was not.
You know what? I'll take that one. That was, if I'm going to be wrong once in, how many seasons now?
Have you not watched any of the
8 seasons of Living in Las Vegas?
The spin stuff? You're wrong on all of those.
Well, that's subjective.
All of them.
That's subjective.
Okay. So thanks to Travis for the video. Also, thanks to Mike G. You go ahead and pronounce that last name. Grzewski. So Mike, for those of you who might remember Mike, he's in our galaxy of gods, and I always laugh at his video or his picture because he had this AARP shirt on that in the style of AC/DC, which I thought was fantastic. So
Since you're a big fan of both.
I am. And so that was well done. You fuck. I am not a fan of AC/DC. Anyways, so I'll be here all week. So I get a package yesterday, comes in, sitting on my desk.
Now you ran it through X-ray, right?
Yeah,
just to make sure
to keep our costs
the
down.
white powder
Trying to keep costs
is dried up. Yeah.
Trying to keep costs down. So I get a package, and I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. I like packages.
It's not ticking.
How often do you hear that? So I open it up, and there's 2 things in it. One is that shirt you saw. There it is. And then the second one is this shirt. Beer in the same logo as AC/DC, and underneath, have a drink on me. Look at that.
Wow.
Isn't that pretty cool?
It does, and it doesn't violate any copyrights whatsoever.
It doesn't. Because you know why? There's a reason why that wouldn't violate copyrights.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I just forgot the word.
Okay.
It is a parody. Parodies are outside of that. So if you do a parody, you're not subject to. By the way, I got sued. Well, I got threatened to be sued for a picture I had on my website, and it was one of those. Man down.
Yeah.
It was one of those posters, those fake posters. Power and sincerity, one of those things.
Oh, those motivational posters.
And it was a picture, and the people who are basically hacks said, oh, yeah, that picture is ours. We're going to sue you for $3,000. And I talked to my daughter, who is a Harvard Law School graduate. I said, is this a problem for me? And she said, actually, no, it's a parody. So go tell them to fuck off. And so I said, fuck off.
To whom it may concern.
And they fucked off, which was good because the first one I got one of those, I lost. So anyway, now I will say this about Mike. He also sent me a video, an intro video that we're going to play in an upcoming show. But one thing, Mike, he sent me 2XL shirts. 2XL. Mm-hmm. 2XL.
Okay.
Come on. I'm not a 2XL guy.
Listen.
That's why, look, this thing is a little big on me.
Have you washed it yet?
No, I just got it.
Exactly. I can tell that because I still see the folded crease lines in it.
But come on,
as soon as you put that thing through your washing machine, it's going to be a regular XL.
Come on, Mike. You made me, so I was excited, but I started to cry a little bit. I'm like, 2X, what the fuck?
Listen, are you comfortable right now?
I got to say that.
There you go.
I am pretty comfortable, but I look like a fucking munchkin in a big boy shirt. Okay, but let's go ahead and play the fucking show. Here we go. Okay, here it is. Try to keep the kids here, shall we?
Oh, okay. Sorry, ladies. Well, there's always...
Okay, I've made it no secret that, in my opinion, Las Vegas is doing everything it possibly can to piss off people who used to like Las Vegas. I have 3 examples. Let me begin. Example 1. How about resort fees? Yeah, $40. So I get a place on the strip for $100, $110, and I'm looking at a resort fee that's 40% of my cost. I think that's stupid. I actually think it should be illegal. When I run for office, part of my platform will be no more resort fees. Bundle it in, quit screwing with us. That's the first one. Second one, oh, hell, I've got a good idea. Let's charge for parking.
This will be the first time I've heard one of these.
Fantastic. Let's charge for, I'm going to miss you. Let's charge for parking. This is a great idea because what we want to do is piss people off who drive here. What's the number one out-of-town people who come here? California. How do they come here a lot? Well, they drive. But now we're going to charge them $10. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's $12. Who knows? $13, $15, whatever the hell it is. Let's do that. And then the third, because we keep giving it to the tourists. Number 3, hey, I have an idea. Let's take, what is that?
This is my Wayne's never going to pay for parking card.
Yeah, but that's the Caesars.
Mm-hmm, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you're not you don't have to pay for parking right now anyways because you're a Las Vegas resident.
That's correct. But you know that'll change. Give that 6 months.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. I know. Okay. So, and then third, of course, is here's an idea. I've got a great idea. I would like you to loan me 40% of the cost of a building, but I'm going to give you nothing in return. I mean, goddamn well nothing. And that 40% is about $750 million, but we're going to tax the tourists again. It's fantastic. And guess what? The smartest people you've ever met, politicians in Nevada said, well, fuck, that's a good idea. Let's do that. And they did. And all of a sudden, the Raiders had an entry into coming to Vegas. Now, you know, some level-headed people like, for example, me, thought, well, maybe the NFL themselves, they've been kind of against the gambling thing. Maybe they won't do it. Maybe they'll tell them to fuck off. Guess what? They voted 31-1.
Yep.
31-1.
And you know that one nay vote was Miami.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because he voted no because he tried to get public funds out of Miami. They told him to go fly a kite, so he had to pay for it himself. So he was just a little pissy.
Oh, because his line was funny. His line was, I don't think that the Raiders gave it enough effort in Oakland. They should try, you know, they should do every possible thing they can do before. All right. Anyways.
Right.
So, nonetheless, so the NFL said, yep, you can move to Vegas. Go ahead, take your $750 million. Now, by the way, there's a fantastic article in ESPN about this deal. Did you read this?
I did. The long form.
Wasn't it fantastic? About how
I mean, most of it I knew already, to be honest.
How Mark Davis basically bamboozled Sheldon Adelson. And, you know, most people think Mark Davis is kind of a goofball. And Sheldon Adelson is the 35th richest person in the world. And he got kind of jerked around. It was fast. It was really a good article. Nonetheless, everybody says, well, the Raiders are coming. But the truth is, my Kevlar-wearing friend here knows that there's more to it than just the $750, okay, check. Just the NFL saying, all right, you can go to Vegas. There's other things that have to happen. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So first off, no Kevlar. This is a nice Nike dry fit. Very breathable, very cool. Keeps me in the heat of battle when football season comes. Essentially, here's the next steps. So as you mentioned, you gave some of the backstory already. And despite the fact that the tourists, to your point, just keep taking it and taking it and taking it, they keep coming back and saying, please, sir, may I have another?
Right.
So the next steps.
How Animal House of them.
I know. So the next step. So yes, the NFL voted 31-1, the owners, which really arguably, thank you.
Sure.
The Dos Equis, it's strong.
Yeah,
so I think they made these with the Mexican water. Arguably, they didn't need the 31-1 vote. However, the next steps. So what's happening actually Thursday is the next meeting of the stadium authority. The stadium authority.
Yeah, who's in that?
It's comprised of, I believe, 7 to 8 members. It's Steve Hill. It's Steve Sisolak. It's someone from, I believe, MGM. It's someone from
Caesars,
Tiberti Construction, I believe. There's a Caesars person, probably. There are different leading pillars in the community, if you will, people that have experts.
What a nice descriptive
in their respective fields.
And the best part about that group is they have no skin in the game. They're agnostic. They don't care if they come or not.
I think they want it. I think it's an overall. It's an overall benefit to the city.
You think will it benefit any of those people? Probably not.
Well, let's talk next steps first, then we'll talk about worthiness.
Okay, please go ahead.
So they're going to meet on Thursday. Executives from the Raiders are scheduled to be there as well. There are 2 main issues. Well, let me walk that back a second. There are 3 issues in total, 2 for the Stadium Authority Board to work out. First is a site has to be selected. Now, there is a primary site that's targeted. Right. That is a 60-acre patch of land on Russell and the 15. It's just a little bit west and south of Mandalay Bay. They actually have had crews out there taking soil samples. So there's been a soil sample taken. They're looking primarily what's the makeup of the land. What are the fault lines? Is there a caliche? Because that is a pain to deal with.
I've dealt with caliche.
So those soil samples are being taken and analyzed. That's the primary site, but they have to select a site. Once they select a site, it's on the Raiders to buy that land. Then they have to buy that land and give it to the city, or the state, I should say, the Stadium Authority, who is authorized by the state Senate Bill 1. They give them that land. That then leaves 2 issues to be worked out. And as you're seeing right now on the screen is the artistic renderings. This is just a first draft. It could by no means look anything like that. That is just something that they put out because it's shiny and awesome looking.
It is shiny and awesome looking.
And there are numerous videos made off of that as well. So once the site is selected and the land is purchased, that leaves 2 large obstacles. The first is that a lease agreement has to be signed between the Raiders and the Stadium Authority Board.
And the Raiders have put in a proposal for what their lease is.
They submitted a first draft.
Right, and they want to pay how much?
They want to pay. Their first draft was for $1.
Right. A year.
That's a little bit too much because they're not allowed. They're not allowed by the way that the municipal bonds are set up, the tax-free municipal bonds that are funding that $750 million. Yeah. They're not allowed. The state is not allowed to collect any rent from the Raiders, or else it jeopardizes the tax-exempt status of the bonds.
No kidding.
So really, that dollar proposal came in a little bit high.
A little high.
But they still have to. The other parts in the lease that can be worked out include such things as naming rights, concession rights. You know, who is the official beer of Las Vegas Stadium?
Who gets that money?
The first draft has everything going to the Raiders.
What? Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. They put in 30% and they get 100% of the value.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I got to get me a bowl cut because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing from a negotiation standpoint. Okay, bowl cut for one. Begin.
So they have to work out those lease details. Also in the lease details are what are the benefits that UNLV gets to reap from this deal.
It's kind of a big deal.
It is a big deal because that is what a lot of the state legislatures said, caused them to kind of move this vote forward or at least help them support it, was the fact that UNLV would be an included component in this. Because as terrible as they are now, there's some donations, UNLV football. Yeah. There's some donations, there's some facilities being built. The university eventually wants to achieve what's called Power 5 status, which is one of the 5 largest athletic conferences. the Big Ten, the Big 12, the Pac-12, and 2 others that off the top of my head
what are they in
I
right
can't
now?
think of. They're in the Mountain West right now. It's a lower middle tier conference.
I spoke to a guy today, a manufacturing rep for a company here who's been here for 27 years, this guy. And we were talking about this, and I explained my point of view. And he's like, well, that's a good point of view. He goes, the reason why I'm supporting it, the only reason why I'm supporting it is because of UNLV. That's it. I just want them to be in a better stadium because the place they're in now, they can't be a good team without a better stadium. So you may be right.
Now, it's important to note that lease is also going to include it's going to be a 30-year term, meaning that the team is agreeing to be responsible for the lease and play football in Las Vegas for a minimum of 30 years. So that lease needs to be worked out. It's approximately 75% finished right now.
Can I just say one thing? Live chat's blowing up. Maui for Dave has a great one. Resort fees, parking fees, taxes for the Raiders. The slogan, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, will be changed to, when you land in Vegas, you'll be financially raped by Vegas.
Well, we could probably clean up. We could get those folks that do the commercials to clean up the
R&R.
Yeah.
The company.
Okay.
You'll be financially.
We could get them to tone down the raping a little bit.
In a way, your privates will be warmed by somebody's hand.
Yeah, they'll be fondled.
Yeah, fondled. Mm-hmm. And you'll be fondled by Las Vegas. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Who doesn't want to be fondled by Las Vegas?
Thank you, Maui Dave. Okay.
So after they work out the lease, which they say currently is about 75% done, then you have to work out, then it's time to start putting shovels in the ground. And to do that, you need a stadium development agreement. The stadium authority, so made up of the county representatives, city and county representatives, have to sign off on the designs, the site, and the overall look and feel of the stadium before shovels can be put in the ground. So you've got a lease agreement you got to ratify. Then when the Raiders say, okay, they bring in the architects, they bring in the developers, they say, we want to put it on this site. It's going to look like that picture that you showed just a few minutes ago. Right. All that then has to get the okay of the Stadium Authority Board.
Okay. So not that hard.
Not at all.
What the fuck's going on? Oh, step by. Let me get that open up. Let me show that stadium again because it's so pretty. There it is. All right, location. Now taxes are going to go up for everybody who lives around that place. In your professional opinion, Wayne, what do you think the chances are that the location, Russell and 15, will be the location?
I don't think it will be.
Really?
I don't.
Are you serious?
I am.
Wow, I think that's big news. I thought that was where it's going to be. Why do you think that?
Here's the problem.
Cool. That's really cool.
The problem is it's a 60-acre site. After NDOT, because you're going to need some improvements, there's currently no ingress and egress to the 15. It's in like an industrial type of area. It's all surface streets. So after you widen the 15 and you create more on-ramps for ingress and egress on that 60-acre site, you're down to about 53 acres, 50 to 53 acres. The stadium itself, I read some numbers. Double check them. The stadium itself is going to take, and don't quote me on this because I have a lot of numbers in my notes in case it came up, but I don't have this one. The stadium's going to take about 30-ish acres, 30 to 40 acres. That's going to leave you about 20 acres for surface parking. Again, I don't know the exact math, but I saw it worked out where you can, over so many acres, you can fit X amount of cars. Right. Long story short, by the time you widen the 15, you build the stadium, your surface parking is only going to be able to accommodate at that current site as it stands about 5,800 cars.
Oh, that's no good.
That's not good.
It's not even close to good.
No.
It's not even half good.
No.
Wow.
So that's going to be a problem. They're going to have a massive parking problem at that location.
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't heard anything about that.
Now, that's not to say that can't be solved. I mean, with
they could push down
$2 billion on the line plus, people can come up with creative ideas.
That's the place just north of Valley High.
It's just south of Valley High.
No. Isn't it north?
Oh, you're correct. You're
correct.
North.
Yeah, it's north. So there's a bunch of shit there. And there's a Jack in a Box. But they could push down into that stuff. How much you want to bet they do eminent domain and just crush everybody's lives.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, I know.
They're going to need to do something with the monorail not going there. If you really want that site, currently as it stands, you're going to have to do some sort of park and ride or some public transport. That's just not going to cut it. People want to drive in. They want to tailgate. They want to party. Yeah. They want their car nearby. You don't want to wait on public transportation typically.
So the numbers are, okay, just real quick.
Yeah.
The steps are real fast. First step is what?
Select a site.
Select site. Second step?
Ratify the lease.
Ratify lease.
And then the third step is come up with the development agreement. The look, the feel, approve the architecture, the design.
Okay. And then build. Did they tell how long it was going to take to build it?
You're looking at about, it was something along, it's like a 31 months or something like that.
Okay, so a little bit over a couple of years. So when it comes to selecting the site, so this was always the most predominant site that they spoke of.
Yes.
This is the one that has a nice picture. This is the one that has, and the other thing is, what I've read is that they are expecting 50% of their tickets for these games will be tourists.
33, 1/3.
Okay, 1/3.
Their projections were based off of 1/3. Mm-hmm.
So I thought the ESPN thing said 50%.
My numbers, when I look at the numbers, it's 1/3.
Okay, so it's a number.
Mm-hmm. It's a higher than average number. Your average NFL rate is 10%.
Yeah, let's call it 1/3. That's fine. So for me, you want this thing as close to the Strip as possible.
Absolutely.
So this place is on Las Vegas Boulevard. Basically. Where are the other locations they're considering?
The other locations being considered are right next door to it, the Valley High Golf Course.
Well, so that, yeah.
Yeah, your problem with that is directly in the flight path of the runway. A little bit of a problem.
That's right. How'd the game go? Well, Southwest 125 fucking flew right into the home team.
Yeah, it was on time, though, because it was a Southwest flight. So you knew when it was coming.
And you got free food.
Yeah. They threw some pretzels out the window on the way down.
We're gonna die!
A little promotional item. That is the closest spot to that location. There is a guy that owns some land down by the Silverton, down on Blue Diamond and the Boulevard, that he is attempting to get the officials to consider.
Interesting.
And then Carolyn Goodman essentially is begging them to choose Cashman, and has even said on the radio that she essentially, and I'm paraphrasing, said that she would give them Cashman.
Cashman's not 60 acres, is it?
According to her, the city owns the sites around Cashman as well.
The Neon Museum and everything?
I'm not sure if it's Neon Museum. I've just heard Cashman itself is like 40 to 50 acres, and they own another 40 acres around it. She said basically she made the case that she could give the Raiders 80 acres.
I don't think that's a good place.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It would do a lot for the downtown area.
Oh, that would revitalize it.
Yeah. I mean, you would have bars and restaurants and casinos and the Experience Mall packed to the gills on a Sunday.
I just think they'll make a shitload of money in Kevlar vests.
Well, that's a great transition.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you why that's a great transition. Because let's talk about, Scott, the personal seat license.
Let's talk about Scott. Okay.
The personal seat license is...
Do you have an opinion on where it's going to end up?
That's a tougher question. I don't. I'm really not sure.
We just had somebody from Australia in our live chat.
Oh.
That's how fucking international we are. So you don't really have an opinion on that.
I'm just not sure.
Really?
I think it comes down to
nowhere by UNLV where they were thinking of a space.
There was. That's where UNLV wanted it originally, and that location is even closer to the runway than the airport. And so the airport basically said that UNLV location on Tropicana Avenue, which was right next to the Thomas and Mack Center, as well as Valley High, the airport, even though they don't have the authority to do so, they basically said, forget about it.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Or we'll intentionally crash.
Those locations aren't going to fly.
Oh, thank you. Good night,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank
we'll
you.
Be here all week. Try
the salmon.
peppercorn.
The salmon is fantastic.
Peppercorn's pretty good too.
Yeah.
All right. So what were you going to say?
I was going to say that your jokes about the Kevlar and the sound effects, that's cute, and that's the stereotype that people have.
Do you know why?
But I'm going to tell you,
it's fucking true.
But it's not. It's not going to be true in Vegas.
I've already talked to you. I know you're going to do your seat thing, but have you ever been to a Raiders game? No, because you're a fucking sane adult.
Exactly.
And sane adults don't go to the Raiders game because those people are fucking insane. And
no, the location is terrible and the stadium is terrible and the tickets are the cheapest in the NFL.
Hold on, have you been to an Oakland A's game?
No.
I have. Much different. Do you know the distance between the Oakland A's and the Oakland Raiders stadium?
It's the same one.
It's the fucking same stadium. So guess what? It is about the team.
Yeah, but the A's aren't drawing 50,000 people a game.
When I went there,
there was 12,000?
No, they were one of the big teams. They were the guys. They were the young upstart, the Moneyball team. They were that team.
Ah, wow.
Okay, so you're about ready to say we're going to price out the ruffians.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
So the first thing that's going to happen that doesn't currently exist in Oakland is what's called the personal seat license. Oakland tried this, and it failed there. But this is the new way that things get done in the NFL. So essentially, if you've seen on the internet or you've read in the articles, the Raiders are currently accepting $100 deposits. Which I have put down. No one, you only could put down one.
Oh, I thought you put in 4.
It's good for up to 4.
One is good for 4.
That's correct. It's just a deposit. It's just to get your name on the list.
Very good.
And so I, along with many other people, and this will be discussed on Thursday as well. So I'll be very interested to see the update on this. Yeah. But I think more people than it's been realized have put down this $100 deposit.
Well, fuck, it's
this
$100.
Is a deposit to get on a list to buy what's called a personal seat license. Yeah. Personal seat license is essentially you're buying the seats to a Raiders game and only Raiders games for the 30-year term. And when you buy that seat, that in turn allows you and gives you the right to buy tickets for the Raiders.
My cash register sound effect died recently, but
that's too bad.
It is too bad.
24 of 32 NFL teams currently have personal seat licenses.
Right.
Now they range, so it depends on how things are going to be. And this is what we don't know yet. We don't know any price points. Minnesota just opened a brand new stadium this year, U.S. Bank Stadium. And their seat licenses to buy season tickets started at $500 and went up to $20,000 for the right to buy Viking season tickets.
Yeah.
Now, let's take the San Francisco 49ers opened LiLV Stadium, I believe 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think
now.
that's right.
Their personal seat licenses started just to get, up to basically high five the people coming in on that Southwest 125 from Phoenix.
SW 125.
Yeah, to catch the peanuts, be the first one to catch the peanuts at Levi's started at $2,000 and went up to $40,000.
Does that money apply to the ticket?
Not at all. No. It's just for the right to purchase the tickets.
Okay, so you have a point because I have a point based upon those numbers.
Sure.
I'm going to give you my point. So, San Francisco, $2,000 plus, right? Kind of makes sense. Silicon Valley, I get it. Minnesota, they all save money because it's so fucking cold you can't spend it on anything else. So whatever they do that. And then you go to Oakland, and they start at $100. Again, Oakland race to the bottom. Race to the bottom. Lowest offer for these seats that you're talking about, for the right to buy seats. They're trying to get anybody.
What do you mean it's a race to the bottom?
What is a race to the bottom? So you just said that the last 2 new stadiums started at $2,000.
500 in Minnesota,
okay,
$2,000.
So 500. Oakland is saying, no. If you've got $100, you can have that right.
Oh no, that's just to get on the list.
No, I understand. But they're already starting at 20% of any other stadium. They're already behaving like fucking ruffians.
No. That's just, Scott, that's just to get on the list.
No, I know.
That's for the right to pay somewhere probably $1,000.
Why did they do that?
To generate interest.
But why didn't San Francisco do that?
They might have. I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm sure they didn't. Why didn't Minnesota do it? Look it up. I bet they didn't. I bet they started where you said. I believe that you're being honest. I think you're being truthful. I think those numbers are real that you gave me. And I believe $100 is what the Raiders did. And I think they did that because they know their fucking fans are like, oh, $500. And they don't want to lose their fans. So they did a $100 start. I think it's the same.
Yeah, but that $100 is just going to entitle me the right to buy a $500 or $1,000 PSL.
Right. But I think will be fascinating. God, Jesus, why are we doing this? I think it'll be fascinating to see what they finally charge for these tickets because...
Well, what they charge for the PSLs, first off.
Well, but the PSL's $100.
No, this is what you're not understanding. Just to get on the list to buy a PSL is $100.
I thought that was the PSL.
No.
Oh, I misunderstood.
That's just to get Wayne Crowell on the list.
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to pay them $100 just for them to give me a phone call and say, yes, can I speak to Mr. Crowell, please?
When does the PSL
This is Wayne. Yes, Wayne, this is the Las Vegas Raiders. How would you like to pay $1,000 per PSL?
Okay.
I'll do it. I'll take 4.
You will? That's fantastic. I can't wait to go. No, I'm not going to go. Please get seats really near an exit. I just want to be really close to an exit so that when all hell breaks loose, your buddy Scott is get the fuck out of there because those people will shoot a bitch. I don't want it.
You know a survey, and I don't have the numbers for this, but I can remember the places off the top of my head. A survey was done by the Wall Street Journal where they looked at game day arrests, and the Raiders actually came in 4th. There were 3 teams. San Diego Chargers were actually number 1.
Because they have a shit team.
It was like the Chargers, the Eagles. I forget who was 3rd, and then the Raiders were 4th.
I tell you who was.
So there are 3 teams that are.
Is that out of 1 year? And that's well, you know what they say about statistics, right?
They don't lie.
Lies, damn lies, and statistics. It's all bullshit. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so you think they're going to come. You think that they're going to select a site, but you don't know where. You believe that the lease, that $1 lease, a little high, they'll fix that.
Mm-hmm.
The development agreement, you think that's going to happen, and they're going to build, in your esteemed opinion, as a investor in the Raiders, when will that stadium be open for business?
The hope is 2020. They need to get shovels in the ground by December in order to have that stadium open of this year.
This year? Mm-hmm. Oh, no shit.
They have to get shovels in the ground in December in order to be able to play games in 2020.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't know that. And you believe that's going to happen?
I do.
And what do you think is the largest?
I actually think the Raiders are going to show up a year earlier in 2019.
And play where? At UNLV? At fucking Thomas and Mack?
No, Sam Boyd Stadium.
That's what I meant. Sam Boyd Stadium? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
You think they're going to play there?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because they have nowhere else to play.
How pissed off.
They can play 2 more years in the Coliseum, and that's it. Oh. Their lease options run out after the 2018 season.
Oh, they'll be a little unhappy about that. Given that UNLV, a fucking mid-level football team for a college, doesn't want to play there. Oh, yeah. Come on, NFL kids.
Well, don't get me wrong. They're going to have to spend probably $20 to $30 million to rehab it, to make it capable just for that 1 year.
All right. Well, so, like I said, I'm not a poor loser. I'm okay with it. To you, I say to you, congratulations, Wayne. Kevlar sales up. Let's drink to that. Never drink on me. Never drink on me. Come on. Yeah. All right, it's time for Have a Drink on Me. I think we're okay. It's part of the show where I show you a picture of a bar or a lounge or a speakeasy or a pub, and you guess that pub or speakeasy or bar or that other thing that I said. Now, we're back to it. Very excited about that. There's a couple ways of winning. Are you ready, Wayne?
Absolutely.
First of all, we're going to talk about what you can win, and then we'll explain to you how you can win. Wayne, whenever you're ready.
One of the many prizes available to you here on this week's Living in Las Vegas Have a Drink on Me is the Living in Las Vegas visor. It's not in Raider colors, but, you know, if you get some dye, maybe some paint, you can make that puppy black.
And some gunpowder.
While you're on your way to Raider Stadium, figuring out where you're going to park, since there's only 5,800 surface spots available on Russell Road.
Away from the
While you're stuck in traffic, you've got one of 3 CDs to choose from. You can either listen to Jazzathon, Christmas Acoustic, or Christmas Acoustic 2, because nothing is going to make you want to cozy up and watch some football more than Little Drummer Boy.
So this is a good song.
Fantastic. It's my favorite.
Is it really? Mm-hmm. You don't even know what you're talking about.
It's track 4.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. No. Wait, hold on. Track 3. Close. Good job.
There's also the ability, as the name implies, to have a drink on one chat room known as S. Whitney.
Hey.
He will take you out, and folks, as I said before, let's not abuse this.
Let's not.
He will take you out for a drink on him.
Okay, I was looking at that camera, and I had this camera.
Let's not forget, they could also choose. We had a bonus prize.
You can also win. Hold on. God damn it. Wrong camera.
The bonus prize is a one-time only, 1 week offer, folks, because I'm taking it home if nobody wants it. The Welcome to Las Vegas Raiders t-shirt. Yeah, you know, it might not exactly be authorized merchandise, and I may have bought it off of a seller on eBay with a 98% rating. But folks, much like Scott's beer t-shirt, it comes in a XXL, and boy, you're going to be comfortable in it.
Holy Christ. So you can sleep in it. Give it to your wife. Thank you, Wayne. Couple ways that you can win. First, you send us an email to haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com. Again, haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com, and you tell us the name of this here location. That's one way to win. There's other ways. We want to make it easy for people to win. Here are the other ways. You could be in the live chat. If you're in the live chat and you send us a correct answer, you've just doubled your opportunities to win. But wait, there's more. You could have sent us the intro video, which just reminded me
that Mike did.
That. You can send the intro video, and as a result of that, guess what? You get yourself in the Have a Drink on Me thing. What's the matter?
It's doing it again.
But I'm not seeing it over here.
Okay.
And no one's talking about it over there, so I think it's just the laptop. And then, if you send in a video, a Have a Drink on Me input, what are you doing? Cool, no? Oh, thanks, man. That's fantastic. Look at that. Helpful. Just leave it open.
It's not going to get him a refund on his entry price.
No.
I mean, that's...
No.
That's the sunken cost.
So we've lost our audience already, but he's actually off to the side holding the door open for us because he's a giver. So if you... hold on, there he is. There he is. Some nice shorts, right? Okay. And finally, if you send us a video, a Have a Drink on Me video, we will also put you in. So there's an opportunity to have your entry in not once, not twice, but 45 times.
A bajillion times.
45 times. Okay, let's look at last week. Oh! I almost forgot.
Oh, yes.
Magic happens.
You almost forget every week.
Yeah, maybe I don't. Maybe it's just a thing.
Oh.
A shtick. Maybe I'm doing a little shtick for you, big fella. There's an opportunity, a little bit of premature Galaxy Esha right there. Well, it's actually quite comfortable with that open, isn't it? It's very nice. There's a chance for you to become a deity if you play along with us. See, if you win and you happen to decide you want one of these here visors, and you take that visor home and you put it on your head, and you take a picture and you send it to us, well, guess what? Magic happens. What kind of magic, Scott? Well, you become a part of the galaxy of gods. There is Steve and Michael and Robert, and then there's Rosie and Michael, who said in that video, and Scott and Mickey and Bud. But wait, there's more. There's Alan and Aaron, who are newest, and then there's Bob and his wife, and Danny and Shan, not Jen, and Craig, who is Vegas Dog. And then there's Glenn in New York, and Jimmy 2Gs, and Rob, who's in Hawaii, and whoa, that picture's from Hawaii too. And there's Christine and Dawn, but wait, holy Christ, a lot of deities. And Mike and Bob's and Sammy and all kinds of people, and a dog, and Chris, who's good chances body's in our backyard, and Brett's dad, and your buddy Scott, and You can't tell, but he's wearing Kevlar underneath that orange shirt. And of course, our good buddy Brett as well. All right.
When will the new shipment in black and silver be coming in?
Yeah. Feeling that's not going to happen. It's just me. It's a guess. Okay. We had 24 out of 25 correct answers. Pretty big number. And here is last week's Have a Drink on Me. There it is. And the clues were Pub 365, Pub 365, Pub 365.
I mean, it was on the menu.
It was.
There.
And yet we got one wrong one. And the reason why I decided it was wrong is because they called it 365 Pub. Fuck, that's it. I'm not having it. It's Pub 365, not 365 Pub. That person who got it wrong, who's a longtime follower of our show, I'm not going to name names, but come on, Mike. Hang with me. Okay, so...
You did everything but do one of those, like...
I did.
Where it just kind of gets stamped across the screen.
Right?
Yeah.
So the we're trying to cut back on costs here. So...
Finally, the great Post-it note recession of 2017 has taken hold.
3M has pulled back a lot of their Post-it notes.
Yeah.
So I ran out of Post-it notes. So we're going to do something a little different today. What we're going to do is I've got your name on this side and a different name on this side. So the way it'll work is that Wayne will pull out a name, and the first name he sees will be the name. Oh, I forgot. There's one other way to get a double.
Oh, I was going to say, you forgot. You could have just torn them down the middle.
Well, I didn't have time. But if you are the very first correct answer, you also get another entry. And that goes to Steve Riley Finch, who has a very classy name. I believe he's in the... Oh, shit, he's in the live chat, too. Fuck. Hold on. God, Steve. Steve Riley Finch.
It's a little pretentious, the three names.
Well, I kind of like it. It feels like I got fancy friends. You know what I mean?
I mean, do you walk around calling yourself...
Scott Andrew Whitney?
Yeah.
No, I don't. But
Hi,
I'm not
nice to meet you, Scott Andrew Whitney.
Lovely. So Steve gets 1 for the correct answer. Steve gets 1 for being in the live chat. And Steve gets 1 for being the first. Okay. The next up, we've got Mike G. And he gets that 1 for sitting in the video. Okay, fine. And then also we've got Dan Jagar, or Jags53. Oh, fuck, he's also in. Holy shit. Well, that's fantastic. Jags. We've got 1,000 of them.
Oh, believe me, I know.
Jesus criminy. I should have had you bring... No, fuck it. Okay, next up we got Bill from Seattle, Bill 98036. I'm guessing that is his zip code. And Barb Shatanis, who's in the live chat. Wow, that's fantastic. Barb in Wisconsin.
You see the level of pre-production Scott undertakes when Wayne has the main subject topic.
Let's not push. Right, actually, it was pretty nice today. I didn't have to go, what am I going to... Oh, I don't have to do anything. Dawn Dasky, who's in the live chat.
Clearly you didn't do anything.
Fine, Dawn Dasky. Okay, so she gets a doubler. And Michael Hayden from Sydney, Ohio.
Never heard of it, and I'm from there.
It's a small place.
I mean, I don't like to say that out loud very often. But
Tom Yu, Uglin.
Tom
Yu. And Gary Romberg, Mr. Testy. We've got Monica Fagan. Binky, is Monica in there today? La-da-dee.
I have not seen.
La-da-da. Nope. And we've got David Titchell. We've got Jim Gallagher, Jimmy 2Gs. Often, let's see if Jimmy's in there. And we've got Marcus Couch, who said the fish and chips at this place are fantastic.
I do enjoy some fish and chips.
Yeah. John Herman from New York. He was, by the way, Tuscany is not a city, you dumbass. It is a region. Fair call. And Florence is the capital, giving you some more geographical information.
I mean, we wouldn't expect Scott Andrew Whitney to know that.
Of course not. I'm a white guy. How whiter can you be? Andrew from New Hampshire. Andy from New Hampshire. We've got Mike Beatty, who missed us, guys, last week. I missed you too, Mikey. And we've got Jack from Jake and the Rake. Oh, Christ. British. He's from Canada. He's from somewhere. He loves the show, but I know that he's in the live chat. Jake. But I can't tell if the other guy's there as well, so I'm going to say no. Boom. And Steve Rhodes from UK was recently in Las Vegas. And Robert C. Robert O 68 Pittsburgh.
Wait, you mean the resort fee, the stadium tax didn't, and the parking fee
Trust
didn't
me,
keep
it's
him
happening.
back?
In the live chat, people are like, "Fuck this! I'm going to Orlando."
Where they can pay parking and resort fees and stadium
Yeah,
tax.
but I'm in
stuff?
the happiest place in the world. Second happiest place in the world. Terry from British Columbia. Jack,
Clearly, the first is here.
Jack sent in his thing, so I figured I'm going to send in my thing too. I enjoy the podcast as well, so I appreciate that. Neil from Anchorage, Alaska, Arkansas. I'll take the Raiders shirt if he wins. So if Neil wins, he's taking the Raiders shirt. Everybody said I'd rather eat dirt. Steve I, the wise guy, who's in the live chat. Fantastic.
They're going to need to actually dig some of that out. So if everybody who wants to eat dirt could get to Russell on 15, it'd help them out.
Steve is a big fan. Steve is also a giver. He's won this thing probably 3 or 4 times. He's never taken anything. He gives it to somebody else.
Well, you know why?
He's like,
he doesn't want to have to claim it on his taxes.
That's fair enough. That's probably it. He's smart.
Happy tax day, Scott.
Thank you so much. Did you make money or did you pay money?
I made money.
What are you doing, man?
Well,
what are you doing?
Because
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah,
you're killing me. The idea is to pay these fuckers. You just gave them.
No. The idea is to have zero.
Well, no,
neither pay nor owe.
No, I want to pay them because I don't want to give them an interest-free loan. I want to pay them.
Why wouldn't zero be better than paying?
Because that money I get to put to work for that year. If I pay them and I owe them nothing, then that money that I could have just kept and then paid them, I could have put to work for other things. That's the reason.
Yeah, interest rates are CDs are just off the charts right now.
It's not about that. It's about getting a loan. So you might not be able to get a loan, but if I have the money, I don't have to get a loan because I have the fucking money. That's the difference. I paid $13,000. That, by the way, left the mark. Brian Green, Vegasdreamin. Oh, shit. There he is. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, Brian. I'm like, Vegasdreamin. I wonder what that's about. Oh, there he is. Brian Green. And then finally, our own Scorsese. It's been a while since we've got a Pops video.
It has, yeah.
But that time has come right now, Ski. Ladies and gentlemen, Pops, speak to me, my brother from another mother.
Hey, kid. I'm going to give this week's Haddam Bar a big thumbs up. It's at the Tuscany, not on the Strip. It's the Pub 365, or Pub 365, whichever way you want to say it. They advertise 365 different beers. I didn't count that many on their beer menu, but they do have an extensive beer menu, and you can get domestic beers like Budweiser and Sam Adams and that kind of stuff for $4 or $5, which is a pretty good deal. Now, they do have some expensive beers, really exotic beers. I think there was one that was $18 a glass, but that was some kind of Alaskan motherlode mindfuck brewed under the pale light of a tundra moon or something. So I'm going to give this place a thumbs up. It's the kind of place that I might want to hang out. I used to be a beer drinker. I like beer drinkers, so my kind of place, I guess. That being said, Scott, old buddy.
Yes.
You know I'm a big fan of most things that you do.
Most
I saw
things.
that thing on
You know it's
Facebook
coming.
that you posted about drumming. And I just got to ask, what the fuck were you thinking with all that goddamn
God, he's so
stick
angry.
twirling and stick juggling and shit?
It's not stick juggling.
Circus ain't hiring a drummer.
It might
Chris
be.
Phillips is a big enough clown by himself. He
That
don't
wasn't
need
very
no
nice.
juggler on the drum riser behind him. You want to impress somebody being showy playing drums, pick up some sticks, roll down through the drums, and hit something.
You know where I learned to twirl sticks?
Tell me.
Cup of Morning Sunshine.
Boom! Episode 10.
Uh-huh.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. So Pops gets a bunch for doing that. Okay.
You knew I was going there.
I did.
It's like you're in my mind.
I did. It was pretty neat of you. All right, we're going to skip the email because we're already at an hour. Who knew the Raiders?
Time flies when you're
Who
just...
knew the Raiders at night was going to take that long?
I didn't even get into... This is how prepared I am, Scott. I brought a study from the University of Denver Sports and Entertainment Law Journal entitled The Economic Impact of New Stadiums and Arenas on Cities.
Yeah,
and
it's
I didn't even get into it.
All right, just remember now, the first name you see is the name. If it's blank, Nick wins.
Okay. The first name I see.
There we go.
Feel like I'm coming out of a coma for the first time. And it is...
Mike Beatty! Way to go, Mikey!
And you know what? He missed us last week.
He did. He missed us.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he won.
Yeah.
Good for you, Mike.
That kind of maybe that helps erase those feelings from your mind a little bit.
See, we
might have abandoned you.
No.
But we tried to make it better this week. Daddy still loves you, Mike. So we missed the big game. You'll have others.
It'll be okay. And here's your 6th place trophy. Oh, that's sad. Okay, we're done.
Okay.
I've had enough.
If you say so.
We're done.
You're in charge.
Thank you, everybody, for playing along. We're going to do our after show, another half hour of debauchery. But you guys who are listening to this right now on demand, well, you're not going to hear that debauchery. That's okay. You can still reach out to us. You know how you can do that? You can send an email to onairq@livinginlv.com. Again, onairq@livinginlv.com.
You reach out to us, and we'll fondle you just like the city of Las Vegas.
Nothing wrong with that. Hell yeah. Hey, maybe you want to hear your own voice. I like your voice. It's a dulcet play.
That's why I show up every week.
Sure. You go to our website, you click the little orange tab on the right side, and a little box will pop up, and you're going to click Start Recording because you have a microphone attached to your computer. Hey, we're all over the place. We're on iTunes, and if you see us or listen to us on iTunes, give us one of them there 5-star reviews. What?
No, had him.
We did have. Oh, fuck. God damn it. All right. God damn it. All right.
I thought maybe you were going to save it for just the after show people.
Okay, here's this week's.
All right. Awkward jump cut.
Jesus Christ.
Here we go. Yeah, we can't smooth this in post.
Horrible. Jesus Christ. It's funny, though, so I'll take it. All right, here's this week's Have a Drink on Me. I'll be going there this Friday, by the way. Okay?
Oh, I didn't get an invite. Must have gotten caught in my spam filter.
Some birthday party thing. And you'll notice there are X's up there, which hides the name. Okay, here we go. Fantastic. Best segue ever, according to the live chat. Thank you very much, Island Steve. Here are your 3 clues. The first clue, number 1, it's named after a men's aftershave company. Hint number 1, it's named after a men's aftershave company. Hint number 2, it has an absolutely fantastic strip view at a place that's not currently charging people for parking if you live in Nevada. It has an absolutely fantastic strip view. Actually, this place will never charge for parking. Oh, that's a good clue right there, actually. And hint number 3, if you had a dog named after Michelangelo's most famous sculpture, and he was on the furniture, but he wasn't supposed to be on the furniture, you might yell the first name of this bar at the dog. That's a complicated one.
Yeah, is this clue over yet? Or is it still?
No, it's about, one more. Do it again. If you had a dog named after Michelangelo's most famous sculpture, and that dog was on the furniture, but he wasn't supposed to be on the furniture, you might yell this to the dog. This, which happens to be the first name of the bar. All right. If you have an answer to this, you're going to send it to Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Again, have a drink at VegasVideo.com. Segues are my bitch.
Well, Scott, I think that does it for us this week.
Wraps it up. Maybe you could save me last time and go, hey, Scott, don't forget the one before. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, I did.
Anyways, iTunes, right? YouTube, we're a YouTube partner. We're on Roku, 73,000 installs. We're on Stitcher, TuneIn, Chromecast, Apple, Google, and Fire TV. We're on Google Play and, of course, the Vegas Video Network website. Thank you, Wayne, for playing along. I'm your buddy, Scott. We'll see you in a couple weeks on the free version of Living in Las Vegas podcast on the Vegas Video Network. Take care, everybody. Comedy gold, right?